Hello everyone, today we will start with reading Pupils Book page 24 to 25. We will enjoy reading a traditional story. The Prince and the Pauper, adapted from a story by Mark Twain. So let's start.
The Prince and the Pauper, adapted from a story by Mark Twain. Once upon a time, there was a prince called Edward. He lived in a castle, but he didn't have any friends. One day, Edward saw a poor boy called Tom. "Come into the castle and play with me," he said. "What's it like to be a prince?" asked Tom. "I've got an idea," said Edward. The boys decided to swap clothes. "You look like me now," said Edward. "And you look like me," said Tom. The boys were hungry, so Edward went to find some food. He forgot that he had Tom's clothes on. An angry servant pushed Edward out of the castle. "Oh! Stop! I'm the prince," said Edward. But the servant just laughed. Tom waited and waited. "Where's Edward?" he thought. He walked round the castle. He went up and down the stairs. He walked through the halls and across the huge rooms, but he couldn't find his new friend. Tom was very tired. He returned to Edward's bedroom, got into the huge bed, and went to sleep. In the morning, a servant walked through the door. "Good morning, Prince Edward," said the servant. "Here are your clothes." The clothes were beautiful, but they weren't very comfortable. "Where is Edward?" thought Tom. Outside the castle, Edward had a terrible night. In the morning, he went back to the castle. Tom was very happy to see him. "Prince Edward," said Tom. "What? You are Prince Edward?" the servant said to Tom. At that moment, the Queen came into the castle. "Edward, what are you doing in those old clothes?" she asked. "Sorry, Mum," apologized Edward. "We were playing a game, Your Majesty," said Tom. Everyone was very surprised. Then they all laughed. After that, Edward and Tom became very good friends.
Now look at the picture here, which describes the story. Question number 1. Look at the title and pictures, then answer the questions. Okay, so we have to look at the title, The Prince and the Pauper, and look at the picture here and then answer the questions. The first question is, who is the prince and who is the pauper? What do you think? Look at the picture again. Who is the prince and who is the pauper? So the boy on the right here is the prince. This one is the prince, and the boy on the left here is the pauper. Okay, so let's write down the answer for the first question. The boy on the right is the prince. Okay. With the boy on the left the pauper. Is the pauper. Okay, again, the boy on the right is the prince and the boy on the left is the pauper. Okay, number 2 now. Who is the poor and lives in a house? What do you think? The pauper. So we would write here the pauper. Okay. Question number 3 now. Who is rich and lives in a castle? What do you think? Who is rich and lives in a castle? The prince. So right here the prince. Okay. Question number 2 now. You have to scan the text and underline the new words from lesson 1. So you have to scan the text and underline the new words. You have to do it. Reading workbook page 19. So let's start. The first question now. Read the story on Pupil's Book, pages 24 to 25, and match to make sentences. Okay. 1. Edward and Tom decided to swap clothes. So number 1 is with B. It's already done. Number 2 now. Tom wanted to know, what do you think? With G. What it is like to be a prince. Okay, so number 2 with G. Okay. Done. And you can change color to right. Okay, number 3 now. Edward went to find, what do you think? With A, some food. Okay. Number 3 with A. Can change the color to dark blue. Okay. Number 4 now. He forgot he had, what do you think? Tom's clothes on. Okay, so number 4 with C. Also change the color to purple. Okay. Number 5, an angry servant pushed, what do you think? With F, Edward out of the castle. So 5 with F. Okay, and also you can here change the color to yellow. So number 5 with F. Next, where is Edward? With H, thought Tom. Okay. Done. And you can change the color here to orange. Okay. Number 7 now. Sorry, Mom. With D, apologized Edward. Okay. So number 7 with D. Can choose green here, dark green. The last one, so Edward was with E, the prince again. So number 8 with E, the last one. And change the color here to black, the last one. Okay. Question number 2 now. Complete the text with these verbs: found, decided, forget, swap, look like, and apologized. Let's start. The angry servant pushed Edward out of the castle. You don't look like a prince to me, he said, and he closed the door. Oh, no, said Edward. Why did I? Clothes with Tom. So, why did I swap? We will choose here, swap, the first one. Okay. He to walk to the village. What do you think? He to walk to the village. Number 3 here. as he decided. So decide, we will write decided here. Okay. Let's continue. I need somewhere to sleep, he thought. He an empty house. So here we will choose found. He found an empty house. Okay. In the morning, he went back to the castle. Edward, it's you, said the queen. Why are you wearing those old clothes? Edward was sorry. He to his mother, and he promised not to do it again. So here you have to choose he apologized. He apologized. Okay. But he didn't. His night outside the castle, he knew he was very lucky to be a prince. So here you have to choose, but he didn't. What do you think? Forget. But he didn't forget. Okay. His night outside the castle. He knew he was very lucky to be a prince. Okay. Learning to learn. Question number 3. Match the questions and answers. We will choose the word huge. What did you put for question number 1? Huge. Okay. Now, question number 2. How do you spell huge? What do you think? With A. We spell it like this. H-U-G-E. Huge. Okay. So question number 2 with A. Okay. Number 3 now. How do you pronounce huge? How do you pronounce it? What do you think? With D. Huge. Okay. So number 2 here with D. Okay. Number 3 now. What does huge mean? What do you think? What does huge mean? It means very, very big. Okay, so the last one, number 4 with C. Okay. Question number 4 now is a homework, so you have to do it. Choose one word and write questions and answers about it. Okay, thanks for today.